Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. Look, guys, welcome to my Manchester United versus Arsenal preview. If you like my Man United videos, because let me be clear, this is not a Manchester United fan channel. This is a channel that talks about different things, films, TV shows. It's my channel. I love Manchester United. I'm a Man United fan. So if you like what I say about Man United, and if you want to connect with me, please share, like, and subscribe the channel, the video. Thank you very much. It's a massive game. I'm both nervous and excited. It's like a cup final, isn't it? You know this is so important. If we lose, we are screwed. If we lose, Mourinho has to go. I'm most certainly Jose out. But let me be clear here. We have to be fair in our criticism. When you bring a man like Jose Mourinho into your club, you know full well that this manager needs a specialist type of players to play the way he wants. Now, what you can't do is slap him down and say, every time he wants to buy someone or do something, no, that's not the Man United brand, that's not the Man United way. Well, I'm sorry. You sacrificed that brand and that way the moment you brought this man in. So what you've got to do, you bring him in, you let him buy the players he wants. Now, it doesn't make me feel comfortable to buy old age pensioners and to buy the type of players he likes to buy or to play the way he wants to play. But ultimately, if you're going to bring him in, you've got to say we can't play the Man United way. And this is why I feel, looking at hindsight, even though I was one of the people who desperately wanted this to happen and for him to come in because of his record, I look at it now and it was a massive mistake, because if you're going to bring a man like him in, you've got to go for it. You've got to let him do what he wants to do. And if you're not willing to do that, you can't expect wine to become water. It's as simple as that. Mourinho is Mourinho. He is what he is. You've got to let him be what he is 200%, or you can't have him in. And because of that, we are in a right muddle as a football club. This is where I blame the board, really. We just shouldn't have got him. We should have got someone more suited to managing Manchester United. And the same criticism can be labelled from the appointment of LVG, even though he was more of a football man, if you like. Moyes is totally down to Fergie, and I know a lot of fans hate me for saying this, but that was his fault, insisting on putting him on a long contract. I wasn't pleased with Sir Alex for that. We need a manager who wants to not just play the Man United way, but who wants to buy the type of players that we want and to promote our youth. Not play the lot for 10 minutes and say, oh, you'll see, I play young players too. No, mate, you're just doing it to put it on your CV, and that's not right. We've had all these accusations of him being Team Mourinho. We've heard the rumours about him calling Pogba a virus after Pogba said, how can I play when all of us are kind of shackled by the way you want us to play? We can't play that way. And it goes back to my point of not allowing Mourinho to play it the way he wants and not buying the players he needed to play that way. And if you're not going to do that, don't bring him in the club. So totally a mistake to bring this man at the club. He shouldn't be here. He's not a Manchester United manager. He's been living in a hotel for nearly 3 years now. It's an absolutely sorry situation. And when I see the presser and all he's having to deny everything all the time, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to play your game. The journalists are not playing a game, Jose. You're the one playing the game because you're going to war with everyone. In the past, he went to war with the opposition. Now, he's going to war with his own board, his own players. There's only one way this is going to end, and I think it's going to end tonight. I don't expect us to win, but I expected us to get destroyed against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And look at what happened and how that ended. It could happen again. But in a lot of ways, guys and girls, in a way, if we win tonight, it just takes us back. Because one of our major problems is we don't have any consistency. One of the most important words in football. No consistency in results, no consistency in team selection, and no consistency in managerial attitude. Those three things are so vital for a football club and a football team. You can't play different players every week. Mourinho's team selections are erratic. Whether your team Matic or your team matter. It doesn't matter. You've got to decide who you want to play and play them. The players he does play every week are simply not good enough. Lukaku has become a bad joke. He's become a meme. And that's not fair on him, and it's not fair on the club, and it's not fair on us, the fans. We saw him getting tackled by a football and fell over. I'm surprised the referee didn't send the football off. I mean, when I saw it, I laughed, and I felt bad for doing so afterwards, but it's ridiculous. The lad hasn't got a third touch. What, a third touch? Is there such thing as a third touch? The lad hasn't got a first touch. He can't play football. He's got a great goal record, but he shouldn't be at the club either. I mean, he was supposed to be Jose's Drogba. He's nowhere near Drogba at all. So there's many issues within the team and the way the manager conducts himself. There's been accusations of his assistant being the real brains of the outfit, and since he's left, he's been found out, and I can't argue with that. I'd love your score predictions underneath. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Arsenal win. We will go 2-0 in front, and Arsenal will come back and win 3-2. Just my opinion. Or is this like the unbeatable thing, where they came to us with that great record and we beat them? Don't forget we had a much better team then. So it's uncomparable. But Arsenal haven't won at Old Trafford for 11 years. But that doesn't mean things don't change. Arsenal hadn't won for quite a while when they beat us 1-0 with that Overmars goal when they won the league that year. I mean, I was in a store called Orders at the time, and I had to be out, and I remember seeing that result, and I had tears down my eyes. I was devastated. Tonight, I'm not going to be as emotional. I'm excited for this game. Of course, I want us to win. But I think many Man United fans right now have got that little tinge in the back of their mind that maybe if we lost tonight, that would be it. It seems like an impossible situation that he will get sacked this season. But I think if he keeps on losing and the business gets affected, they will sack him. It's no big secret. They are in talks with a director of football. There's a couple of names I've heard about that I can't talk about, but definitely there's a serious thing going on with a director of football. Definitely not English. Someone who's going to suit the next manager, because I think they have been talking to someone and he has told them who he wants as the director of football. Don't think Ed Woodward is not doing anything, because he is. But it's a very difficult situation to get this situation right, because we should have got a director of football as soon as Fergie left, because he was the chief bottle washer, coach, director of football, everything. And this is where we've been found wanting. Now, I want to address the people who say there's much deeper problems at Manchester United. I don't agree. Yes, you can blame the board for the three managers they've brought in, but deeper problems, he was given 400 million quid. And he's made mistakes as well. His signings haven't worked out. But as I said on the top of the show, he also hasn't been allowed to be Jose Mourinho. And if that's the kind of way you want to run it, you can't bring Jose Mourinho into Manchester United, or it doesn't work. It's an absolute mess. There's no question about it. We are now in a situation where we have to beat Arsenal, the informed team in European football right now, apart from Manchester City and Liverpool, who are also doing great as well. So, I don't know. I can't see a scenario where we win this game. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't see it. I can't see it. I want us to win and I want us to keep winning. But we're a mess. Now, apparently, Bailey will be playing tonight, or he's in the squad. We need Bailey back. That's very important. But Bailey and Lindelof should have been playing together all along. And maybe we wouldn't be in this mess if we got them together and eventually they got the confidence to play together, because I think they're top-class defenders. And yes, they've made mistakes, but so have other defenders when they first started playing for the club. Evra and Vidic are a fine example. And in fact, Bailey and Lindelof remind me very much of those two. So it's the same situation. But this guy will not let you ease your way in when you come to Manchester United. He expects a result straight away from players, and if he doesn't get them, he casts them out. You see, it's all very well Mourinho talking about a professional player conducting himself properly, playing as well as he can, respecting the fans. That's all very well. But what I would say is, does he respect the fans? Did you just see that? There was a power cut about 5 seconds ago. not looking very good, is it? But basically, he doesn't show us respect, and then he expects the players to. There's still this kind of Mourinho in kind of situation where they're still trying to deflect attention from their man by blaming the players. But I can't blame the players. The players don't decide to be negative and play sideways football. You can't blame the players. It's delusional. It's absolutely delusional. It's him. He is the problem. And if he goes, we get rid of the problem. But it's no point getting rid of the problem and bringing another version of Mourinho. We need to buy the right man, bring in the right man for this club. And there are managers out there, and they don't have to be a famous manager. It can be someone who's just capable of doing the things correctly. Will it happen? I don't know. But all I can say is, all we can do is hope for the best. Some of you probably are hoping for a loss just to get rid of this black cloud from this club. I don't know. Part of me wants to win, and part of me wants to lose.